Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Beyond the Sewing Room. I'm Diane. So today I thought I'd share with you my latest make, which is a refashion, and I'm wearing it today, so I'm getting straight on with it, and I will be sharing a few images of it on as well with a different pair of trousers. So today I'm wearing jeans, but I've got a red pair of trousers on with it. I'm not sure that's quite the look. It's a little bit too much with all of this sort of wine colour going on. What would you call it? Cerise pink or deep wine? I'm not sure. But I did make these trousers a little while ago and I love them. I did have them on the day that I made this, so I just tried it on with it. I think it's maybe a little too much. Let me know what you think. But for me, I think it's too much of the same colour going on. So I'll share with you what I did. So the pattern that I settled on to make was this one. So I had a couple in mind, didn't I, when I shared my last video? And this is New Look 6707. Now, I have made it with this big collar before, but I'm not sure that suits me. I think it depends on your frame, doesn't it, whether you can carry off a large collar like that. But I did make it and it does look nice, the blouse. But as I said, maybe not for me. So I've decided to make it without. So I've made this one without. So this version, I didn't do these sleeves with the ruffle on. And the reason being, if you watch my previous video, you will know that this was a robe. So I made a robe with some brand ambassador fabric just over a year ago, around about the Christmas time, and it was a gorgeous robe, but I never reached for it, as I said. And the thing is, if you don't reach for things, they just sit there in your wardrobe, don't they? So I decided to make this out of it, and these sleeves are what I managed. So as you can see in the image right here, you've got more of a puff sleeve with some gathers, and then a little ruffle to the bottom, or you can have a band. I do like a full sleeve with a band. Couldn't quite get that out of the sleeve because of the width, and then you needed pleats. I also tried making it sort of with fewer pleats. There just wasn't enough. Just even though there's a lot of room in the robe, the way in which it's been cut, I could have probably added pieces in, but I didn't want to do that. So I've used this pattern, which is New Look 6434. And the sleeve that I've gone for is this one right here, look. So something to know is that if you're refashioning or using patterns that you already have, it's good to mix them together. So this one is New Look and this one is New Look. I have found that if you mix and match the sleeves and the details, if you stick to the same sort of pattern range, they work really well. It sort of works really well with most patterns in this big 4, big 5 set. But if you mix it with indie patterns, they are very different. So it's not quite the same and you'll have to do some of your own adjustments. But if you keep them very similar, you can mix and match the components I've found and they work great. And this one did. So this sleeve, look, it's just above the elbow. And it's quite slim, but it fits in really well here, look. So the sleeve is exactly where I needed it to be on the shoulder. A really good fit for me. And you can see in the images, but I'll stand up. So this is the sort of just below the waist. So my waist, well, these jeans are a little bit below my waist is about here, and this is where it sits. And then I've gone for these buttons, which are all slightly odd, but more or less the same size and colour. And I thought they'd pick out that colour just there. So I really like that. The V sits just where I want it to on me. And then it's just faced on the inside with the same fabric. Same around the back neck, look, just around, facing on the inside. And just a neat button placket. It's also got, don't know if you can see, a bust dart on each side. So I'm really pleased with this. So this has saved that robe from the wardrobe, just sitting there. And now I've got a really useful spring summer top to wear. So I'm really pleased with it. I'm wearing it today. I'm about to do some work and then I'll be filming for my other work. This is a hobby, this channel. So my work is making garments and filming sew-alongs for them, but that's separate to this. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Now, speaking of work projects, I just did one yesterday. I'll not share it right here just now because it's not being shared where it needs to be shared and the sew-along and everything, but I will explain what I made. So I'm not going to show the garment, but I made this body skirt by Style Arc for sew-along and I really like it. I really like the style and the fit, and it's also one that you could shorten if you wish. It's a nice easy make, it fits really well, and I've got some fabric, leftover pieces again. I don't know if it'll be enough for this because it's quite full, but I thought maybe if I make it shorter. So I think that might be one that I'm making, using up some of my fabric oddments in future, or maybe I'll even source some fabric on a future shopping trip. Who knows? But I'll definitely be making that one again because I think it looks really nice. But for now, I'm just sharing the pattern. So that's the Bonnie skirt, the Bonnie woven skirt by Style Arc. So one to put on my future makes list. I'm back. Well, it's the next day now. So yesterday I meant to finish up filming this video, and then I got working, and then I also had an alteration to do, and time just slipped away. So here I am back, and this is the next thing that I plan on working on. So I have a few ideas, a few things for remaking again as we move into spring and summer. But I did have this larger piece of fabric left from a project. As you can see, it's a nice pink shade, and this is a sort of suiting fabric, and it's a really good size. So I'm thinking I will perhaps make a pair of trousers with this. Don't really know which pattern to use, so I need to have a really good think about this. I don't just want to rush in and say I'm going to make this one thing and then not be entirely certain about it. I did make myself a pair of linen pink coloured trousers about 2 years ago. They're nice, but the trouble is I think the rise on them when I made them, it's not quite right. They are fine when you're walking around, but if you sit for any period they feel like they're sort of pressing and riding up a little bit. So I think that was an error on my part there. So I may need to have a look at those in the future. The fabric won't be wasted. As you know, if you watch this channel, I will do something with it. But yeah, fine if you don't sit down all day, that kind of trouser. So I'm not going to be making that one, but I will have a little thing. So it's like a nice rose pink. I think it'd be nice, sort of a nice neutral. I did sort of toy with the idea of making the button-up skirt that I made last week, which is the Bonnie skirt, well this week rather, the Bonnie skirt by Style Arc, and I did mention that that was really nice and that I like the shape of it. But the thing is, I've got lots of skirts, and I have been wearing more trousers for sort of walking the dog, especially sort of springtime when it can still be quite cool. It's good to have different trousers, isn't it? So maybe that will be a better option. So yeah, I think it's a nice colour. I'll have a little think and I'll get back to you on that. And of course I'll share with you what I decide to make with it. And then finally, I just wanted to share a few books that I picked up the other day while we were out, and I thought you might like to see them. So the first one is this one by Matt Haig. Now I bought this one new, which again is quite unlike me because I tend to either go to the library or buy them second hand. But every now and again I will buy myself a new one if I see something I really want. So I have read The Midnight Library, which I loved, and I own that one, and The Humans, and he has plenty more, but I've not read all of them. So when I saw this one, The Life Impossible, I had a little brief read on the inside cover and thought, yes, I would buy myself this one. So I decided to treat myself to this one, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that. So that was from an independent bookshop in Barnsley. So we were just having a look in Barnsley, and we had a little bit of lunch while we were out, and I always like to have a look in there. It's called Book Vault if you're from this part of the country. So Book Vault in Barnsley, and it's a really nice little shop, and it's nice to visit an independent one sometimes, isn't it? So that's that. And then the next two were from the charity shop. So having paid full price for that one, I got these two for £1 each. So the first is My Own Story, Emmeline Pankhurst. So very famous lady, wonderful to read about real lives and women that have been so influential. So I'm looking forward to that. And this one is sort of a vintage classics book. So I have a few of these in the classics fiction. So this will go with my others, but this one more biographical. And then again, in that same theme, I've got this one, David Attenborough, Life on Air. So I'm also looking forward to that because I always loved his documentaries and programmes, and this one has got illustrations in and photographs as well. So that'll be really nice. So again, just £1 each, those two. So you can really pick up some bargains sometimes, and I do love to read. And finally, just before I go, a little bit of progress on the sweater that I'm making. I am now on the neck rib. So I've joined one shoulder, I started the neck rib, and then I've just got to finish that off and piece the rest of it together. So we will see what this looks like. It was a little bit tricky because I had a look at, read all different things, had a look online about blocking, but because I still had the needles in and I had to do this neck part first, I couldn't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to piece it and then do that part after. Some of you might be shouting at the screen now that I'm not supposed to do that, but I didn't think it would work very well with the stitch holder needles holding the stitches on the front and the back. If I had to then soak it and roll it up and everything, I thought it would all go wrong. So I thought I absolutely do need to do the rib part and the joining of the one shoulder before I do anything. And then just decided once I've done that, I think I will stitch up the sides and the sleeves and then pin it out flat and block it after that. So we will see. So I'm looking at a few places and thinking, oh, maybe that sleeve looks ever so slightly differently shaped at the top to the other one. I don't know how that's happened because it measures the same and I followed the instructions the same, but that's probably just me as a novice at this whole knitting game. But yes, I will share it when it's done. So I think that will probably be ready to share by next week maybe, because as I said, I've got to soak it, I've got to block it, I've got to leave it like that, haven't I, and then let it dry completely. So I think I'll probably have the rib done maybe tonight if I'm sat and I do a bit tonight, and then I'll stitch it together. But we'll see. It's not put me off, even if it's not perfect. This is a learning process, so yeah, I'll be upfront and honest and share it with you no matter what it looks like. I hope you're enjoying your crafting this week, and please remember to like, subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.